Hello, welcome to the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance course for Spring 2016. My name is Christine Kuglin, and Amy Cardillo and I will be your instructors for the course. Additionally, you will have graduate students serve as co-site coordinators to help you through the semester. Stephen and Zach will be at the DABC on Tuesday evenings. Venus and Jackie will be at Emily Griffith on Wednesdays, and Ann and Jenna will be at Emily Griffith on Thursdays. If you should need any additional help understanding these videos, please email me at ckuglin@msudenver.edu. Now I'd like to make a couple of introductions. So first of all, what is VITA? Well, VITA was started around 1969 to 1971 to help taxpayers file their income taxes for free. And so the mission of VITA is to provide high quality assistance to taxpayers and helping taxpayers stay compliant. And generally VITA is conducted with volunteers or students, and it is done through different community sites, sometimes with community partners. And we all work together to help provide tax assistance to low-income, elderly, and other types of taxpayers in our communities. So we will be doing a limited service to taxpayers, although it will seem quite extensive at first. If taxpayers come in with more complex returns, we will send them to the IRS website, advise them go to the IRS walk-in office, or advise them to visit a tax practitioner or a tax firm for these more complex returns. One of the things that's very important to stress right at the beginning that we must maintain the confidentiality of our taxpayers, and we are going to perform quality reviews on all of our tax returns that we prepare. The tax returns will be looked over by at least 2 other people to make sure that they are done correctly. And also we will be sending home a copy of the completed returns with our taxpayers. Now, one of the things I want to stress right at the beginning, even though as students you will be serving in a volunteer role in VITA, but because you eventually hope to become CPAs or EAs, other credentialed tax preparers, we are going to, from day one, be following the rules under Circular 230, the guide which determines the ethics that apply to practicing professionals. So even though you may be certifying as volunteers, you will behave, and we will teach you under the rules of Circular 230. I want to introduce you to your grad coordinators because they're going to be playing a big role in this course. Our grad coordinators have either participated for an entire season in VITA, or they have worked as professionals in a tax firm. So they have quite a lot of tax knowledge, and they will be your right-hand folks to help you get through this course. Each of you will be assigned to a graduate coordinator, and they will be your first line of communication. They'll be the first person who you want to turn to have your questions answered in a quick manner, and they will be there to help get you through this program in a successful manner. They all interviewed for their course. They are students in the graduate program, and they had to go through an interview to make sure that they are qualified to help you, and so they're going to be working hard on their course in helping you get through the program. Our partners, you've already heard their names. DABC, that is the Denver Asset Building Coalition. They're housed at 360 Acoma. And Solomon is one of the leaders over at the DABC, and he will be on site every evening to help you as well. At the Emily Griffith, it's actually the P-Town Foundation who is our community partner. Emily Griffith is hosting us, and we will be at their 10th and Osage location right off of the light rail. And we will be partnering with an Emily Griffith teacher. His name is Al, and he will be helping us as well. So beyond your graduate students and Amy and me, we have Al and Solomon. You'll have a lot of people there to help you get through this course. And our partners help handle a lot of the logistics, and we get to just show up and do the tax work. But we have a lot of friends in this program. Here's some good news. The books that you'll need for this course are free. You do not need to buy any books. I have ordered hard copies of the manuals you will be using. You will be using the publication 4012. We'll be using a publication 17. You can go ahead and look those up. And you'll also get your test materials. I would like for you to pick these up from Gretchen in the next week after we come out of Thanksgiving break, and certainly before you leave on Christmas break, because you're going to need to do a little bit of work over the break to get yourself ready to prepare taxes. So this is really a terrific class. And why is it terrific? Well, one, you are helping your community. You get to serve as an ambassador of the school. You'll make some lifelong friends because you're going to be working with your fellow students to prepare taxes over the course of about a 10-week period, and that forms some close relationships. You're going to gain skills that will give you hiring preferences over some of your classmates who do not have any practical experience. And you will be working as a real accountant over the course of the 10 weeks of the VITA program. You'll be acting in no less of a capacity than any other practicing tax professional. So you are getting some real practice. So that might make you nervous, and you're going to say, well, do I have to have all those tax laws that I learned in Tax 1 memorized? And the answer is no. That's why you are here. You're going to learn how to research tax questions. You're going to learn how to ask questions and then finally apply that knowledge. By the end of the semester, you will have some tax law memorized, but in the beginning, you'll be asking a lot of questions and looking up a lot of questions. So I don't want you to be nervous. This is a safe environment to practice your skills. You're going to have all of us behind you to help you. And while the clients are very important to all of us and they'll be sitting there getting their taxes done, you are the most important to us. So our number one goal is to help you be successful, and we will do everything we can to do so. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be easy on you. You're going to have to do some work, and you're going to have to learn some new software and materials. So what are some things that I think will be important points for you? So things that you care about right now. Well, one, you want to know when the class starts. Well, it's not in January. It actually starts right now. You're going to have to start doing some work right now. But the good news is you're going to be done around April 22nd. So those last 2 or 3 weeks of the semester, you might have to be working on this class in the first part of January, but the last part of April, May, you can focus on any other classes and get those projects and exams done. Is this course complicated? Well, it's complicated enough to learn, but you do the same things over and over once you get used to it, and you've got a lot of help, so it's not going to feel quite as scary as it might in these first videos. Now again, I'm going to show you some of the topics we'll cover, but remember, you don't have to memorize them. We will be helping you throughout the course. You're going to have to know a lot about a lot of different tax credits, the child care credits, the Affordable Care Act, and that's the PTC, the Premium Tax Credit, the Child Tax Credit, the Earned Income Tax Credit, EITC, the American Opportunity Tax Credit, OATC, and sometimes we'll use the Lifetime Learning Tax Credit. You're going to need to know some things about filing details such as exemptions, dependents, deductions. Again, I said credits. It's a lot like the Wizard of Oz, tigers, lions, and bears, oh my, all these different things. But you will have learned these by the end of the semester. Another thing we're going to have to be very cognizant of is identity theft. Identity theft is prevalent with tax returns, and so in your first couple classes we'll be talking a lot about that and about the Identity Protection Personal Identification Number, an IPPIN, that our clients may have. So you'll learn about that in this class as well. So what's going to be our schedule for the semester? Well, the first 2 weeks we will not have clients. We're going to spend the first 2 weeks preparing to accept clients. We'll be taking our IRS exams together. We'll be learning how to run the tax site. We'll be in the tax software. So we are going to be doing a lot of things in the first 6 or 7 hours of our course to get you ready. And the only exams that you will have in this class will be in these first 2 weeks, and you will not fail them. We're going to take them together because if you fail, we fail, so we can't let you fail. In the next video that I will send you, you will be going into the Link and Learn website. This is the site where you will be taking your IRS exams, and I will talk you through how to register at the site and get ready for those exams in January. So again, just to reiterate, your only exams in this course will be in the first 2 weeks. We take them together. You will need to get registered for the exams before you come to class, but those are the only exams in the course. Another question is, will I have homework? Well, mostly no. Each week you will have to prepare a small reflection journal about your experience in the previous course, and at the end of the semester you'll have two choices. One, to prepare a professional resume using your tax experience, or to work with your teammates to conduct a small presentation in April as part of the Applied Learning Center's efforts to demonstrate interactive learning courses on the campus. But you're just going to have to do a personal reflection journal each week. But the rest of it is really on-the-job training. It's not really about homework. It's about doing the work every week, week by week. This is not a theory-based course. This is a course to teach you marketable skills. So how about grades? Well, you will get a grade on passing the IRS exams, and we will do that together. The biggest part of your grade will be on attendance. You really do need to attend every class, and your grade will be weighted heavily on attendance. A little bit will be assigned to your journals and such, but attendance is where you can make an A or you can fail. You need to come. Your teammates are counting on you. Amy and I are counting on you. The partners are counting on you. The clients are counting on you. That's why attendance will be how you will be graded. What hours are your courses? Well, depending on which night you signed up, you will need to, all of you will need to come to the site by 5:15, but the hours when you'll go home will vary based on which station you will be in. Some nights you'll get out early, some nights you'll get out a little bit later, but the bottom line, it will all average out. This is an active tax site, so we cannot specifically tell you that you will be leaving at a certain time because we need to get all the clients out the door, but you'll all average putting in about the same amount of time. So all this sounds pretty good so far, right? All you have to do is show up and you can pretty much earn an A or a B. We pass all the tests together. Nothing seems to be wrong, and the truth is there isn't. It's one of the best courses you'll take in college. It'll give you something to take with you that you can put on a resume, something to value, something that will say, I have worked as an accountant. So you will have the ability to be proud of your efforts and of what you've contributed to your community during those next 12 or so weeks. And additionally, here's the good part, we will have snacks, pizzas and snacks, because you will be working through the dinner hour, and so we will be providing you with some food every week as well. So, you know, I just have to give you a little bit of a caveat. This is the real world. I cannot lie to you. We'll meet some amazing people, but we'll also meet some stressed people. We're going to be doing people's taxes, and that makes people happy and sometimes not so happy. It's a pretty demanding situation. You will be thanked in ways that you would never imagine. You'll literally make people cry because they'll be so happy, but sometimes they're going to be disappointed. They might have to pay more taxes than they had hoped, and that's going to teach you how to deal with disappointed people as well. So the first 2 weeks we'll spend getting ready for clients, and then in week 3 we will have our first clients. And it's at this point that I'm going to remind you that you are representing your school. You are MSU Denver. And every single day that we do these taxes, we'll be representing MSU Denver, and we will be the face of our institution. This is an opportunity, but it's also a responsibility. We are lucky to be in this role. And as such, we're going to have to represent ourselves professionally. Men, you will have to come to school on the nights we have clients. The first 2 weeks you can be more casual, but the next several weeks when we accept clients, you will need to be wearing slacks, a polo shirt. You don't need to go out and buy a bunch of new clothes. You can wear the same thing every week. There will be no flip-flops, t-shirts, or jeans. No hairy toes, I say, because I did in my first year have somebody come with jeans and flip-flops to a tax night, and they were sent home. Women, you will come dressed as professionals as well. Skirts, slacks, reasonable shirts, no bellies, shorts, or silliness. You would also be sent home. And women, you may wear nice open-toed shoes if they are something that you would wear in a professional accounting firm. So just dress as you would if you were going to work for an accounting firm on a day-to-day basis of doing taxes. So how do I expect you to behave? Well, I want you to be patient, kind, and understanding with your clients. That's important. But if you have clients who test you and who are perhaps not as patient and kind and understanding as you are, you can call over your graduate assistants, call over your instructors, and we will help you deal with these client issues. It's a good practice for how you will have to deal with clients in the future when you go to work for an accounting firm. So I told you there's going to be stations at the sites. The first station will be where clients will come in the door, and we will screen them to make sure that they have all of their materials. We'll let about 60 people in the door. And at the door, we'll be asking if they have a lot of these different documents, because there's no point letting them in the door if they don't have a complete list of documents, all their documents, because they'll be wasting their time and ours. Once they get past the door, that's where you'll get to start to practice your interview skills and learn how to interview clients. Because in Station 2, we'll be completing forms and writing down their information. We'll be checking for their Social Security cards, W-2s, 1099s, a lot of different information. So you'll be interviewing clients to make sure they've brought these with them. If you work in Station 2, there's a good chance you're going to stay and work in Station 4 at the end of the night, the quality review, because once we get people through the interview, they're going to be going on to the tax preparation station, and those students will be entering all the initial data into the TaxWise software, and they're going to be taking their time, they're going to be accurate, and they will handle a bulk of the computer intake that the clients will have to do, and this station takes the longest. But if you're in Station 3, when you're all done, when all the students are done with Station 3 and all the clients have had their tax preparation done, those students will clean up the site, start picking everything up, putting chairs back, but when they're done they can go home. But at this point, there will be clients who will still be waiting to have their tax preparation reviewed by the quality reviewers. If you're in tax prep, we're going to try to get you out around 8:15, 8:30. You'll be done by around that time. But the Station 4, the quality review, they're going to be picking up those last clients of the night to review the tax preparation students' work. We're going to make sure that there's been no errors. You're going to go into the tax software and just review the documents and verify that the information was entered in correctly. In the first few nights, we will be doing mock trial runs of these stations, so you'll know what they look like. So that will help you. But if you are in quality review for the night, you will be leaving probably 8:45 to 9 o'clock when we get the last clients out the door. The partners like to have the sites closed by 9 o'clock, so we'll be working hard to make sure this happens. If you have previous tax experience, I'd like for you to email me and let me know, because we may put you in a role of being a tax assistant like the graduate students right from the beginning. Or if you show a high level of proficiency in the first night or two of tax preparation, we'll promote you to a tax assistant. We need to have people walking around and helping students get through the tax preparation process, especially in the first few weeks. Everybody's going to have different skill levels, and that is expected. But the more people we can have help walk around and help students who are newer to the tax preparation system, the better everybody's going to feel. So again, we may be promoting you if we see that you have some unique skills or you've done taxes before. The software we are going to be using is called TaxWise. This is purchased by or in conjunction with the IRS. So I'm going to be sending you your login information to TaxWise in the next video. I will expect that you will log in and you will spend at least 8 hours over the break going over the second video and how to prepare, and the third video on how to prepare a tax return. The more experience you have in TaxWise, the better you're going to feel. So I'll get into talking about this in the next video that you watch, but TaxWise will be the software and I will show you how to get into it. One of the last things for this video is I want you to sign up for Remind 101. It's a texting service. Because we're doing taxes in the middle of January, February, March, we can have a lot of snowstorms and bad weather. There have been times where I've had to cancel class at VITA night pretty on the fly if a storm blows in. So this is a text messaging service. You're going to get into a text, and you're going to go into the to box. Instead of a name, you're going to go 81010. And then the message you're going to type in will be at VITA20. That will sign you up for a text message. I cannot see your phone number. You cannot see mine. But we can send texts out to you if we have to cancel class. So I want to take this opportunity to thank you for signing up for this course. I know that the graduate students, Amy and I, will do the best that we can to give you a good experience and get you some applicable knowledge on how to prepare tax returns.